In LDR 198, we talk a lot about impression management and decisions we're making and how those decisions affect our impression that we're leaving with others. So it's hard to talk about all of that without talking about the internet and social media, and that's what we're going to do in this quest. Today, we live in a world that is very interconnected with technology, which is great. It's an awesome opportunity to learn a bunch and connect with people that we would never connect with otherwise. However, it makes it very easy for folks who don't know us very well to take a peek and get a glimpse of our world. And the hope is that what we are showing online and how we are representing ourselves is accurate, and we're representing ourselves in a way that we would feel comfortable with and that we would say is true to who we are. So why does this matter, how we are presented online? Well, again, folks who don't know us very well, or folks who do, will be able to see these snapshots of who we are online. Maybe we're Facebook friends with folks, maybe they have Googled our name, and it matters for the impression that we're making with our peers, with faculty and staff, but then also after graduation with potential employers. I think it's always interesting when students will send me a friend request on Facebook and I will accept it. And then later that same student will be filling my newsfeed with inappropriate comments or pictures of them partying or drinking, especially when I know that they are underage. And so it's interesting to me that that student added me to their friend network. I didn't necessarily seek them out, and yet they are completely exposing me to this image of them that is not very favorable. So it's important to think about that. Think about the information you're putting out there and who can and will see that information. Now, there are tons of examples online of folks who have made bad decisions about what they have posted and gotten in trouble for that. So I have two quick examples just to highlight this point. Dana Snay is an individual who cost her family a lot of money because of a Facebook status update. Essentially, her father sued a school for discrimination. He said that they were firing him because of his age. And so during the course of that lawsuit, the father and the school actually settled out of court, and part of that agreement was that he would get a large sum of money, and they had him sign a non-disclosure clause, which meant he could not share the information about the lawsuit or how it was settled or anything like that with anybody. So that takes place, and then Dana decides to take to Facebook and brag that this particular school was funding her European summer adventure. Now, what Dana forgot was that she had graduated from the school that her father was fired from, and she was still Facebook friends with students at that school. So, lo and behold, the school found out about this post. They claimed that the father had broken the non-disclosure clause by sharing this information with his daughter, and he had to pay back the $80,000 that he was granted, and that was the end of the case. So one simple brag, one little Facebook update, and that cost Dana and her family quite a bit of money. Another example from a few years ago, the CEO of Snapchat, Evan Spiegel, while he was an undergraduate student and in a fraternity, he sent some emails to his fraternity brothers, friends of his, making some pretty sexist and derogatory comments about females. And these emails were things that he had written just in an immature state of mind. And now, as CEO of Snapchat, a really popular app, somebody got a hold of those emails from his college days and published them. And so it brought a lot of really bad press to him and to Snapchat, and really made people question who this guy was exactly and his character, and if they wanted to support a company that was led by someone that had said such derogatory comments. And again, that is something that I'm sure at the time he was not thinking about, maybe even things that were said in jest, and later really came back to bite him. Now, even if you don't make the headlines, it's important to know that most employers will look up their potential employees online. So it would be interesting to Google yourself and see what comes up. I actually have a funny story. When I Google myself, there is a politician from the state of Washington who is caught for embezzling money, and that's actually what pops up. We have the same first and last name. Her first name is spelled slightly differently, but it does make me wonder, if I were to apply for a new job, maybe I should make it clear that that is a different person, not me. But just food for thought as you think about what you're putting out there, who can see it, and even if you think that all of your privacy settings are totally secure and nobody can see your information that you don't want, still acknowledging that that information is out there and thinking about why you post the things you post and if they do really represent who you are. So now I'm just going to leave you with this final quote from the movie The Social Network, and that is that the internet is written in ink. And just thinking about the information you put out there for the world to see, and hopefully that is representing you in the truest light.